the,
Right.
the scene where they're trying to kill Eddie Murphy, and he's like crying like hysterically. Like the whole movie's great.
Yeah,
But that sequence in particular, I thought was pretty hysterical.
man, that I would say between Red Fox and this that swallow of orange juice, I that's, that's stuck in my head for years. I tell people if you don't know that scene, it hurts.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I mean. Eddie's done so many good movies. I mean, I also love 48 Hours and The Golden Child.
Those are
Um,
the other two I was gonna throw out there. I was gonna say Golden Child and 48 were, I mean, like I said, every time one of these came out, my mom wasn't a big entertainment fan. We didn't see a lot of movies. We didn't listen to a lot of music. Like she just didn't. It wasn't her thing. She was trying to be very wholesome. But Eddie was one of the people that she had a soft spot for, and so hey, it was our like, Eddie was our filth basically. Uh, and so that really was why we, at least for me, I gravitated so much towards him in those movies, man, because it was like people understand like he was it during that era.
absolutely, and like I like that like he's kind of taken time away from the screen to kind of choose his roles right. I think to make a comeback in a sense,
Yes.
and I think that's what we're seeing right now. And the guy still has it and never left. And
Oh no.
I was watching an interview clip with Kevin Hart, and I think he was on the Howard Stern show, and they were talking about this dinner that was like all like the famous black comedians of
Yeah.
80s, 90s, and now, and
Right.
they were all at this dinner, and the Kevin was saying that like Eddie was seated at the head, and out of all the guys there, Eddie is still the funniest, and he could make you laugh no matter what. His job is to make you laugh,
Man.
and he's like the master at it.
I mean, for me, I just like the idea that Coming to America was coming back out, and then watching comedians in cars, and seeing him on that episode with Jerry, and kind of that excitement and kind of that light in his eyes again. All I'm thinking right now is I'm trying to throw a Hail Mary. I'm just trying to get a miracle. I was like, hopefully my career trajectory is in the path in some way, shape, or form. I can end up with Eddie on the screen. I mean, I'd be done. I don't need to do anything else out here after that. I could just be an extra. I'll be good.
That's actually a good segue because one of the questions that I wanted to ask you is who are some of your comedic inspirations, and who would you like to see yourself working with down the road?
um, well, two of my early inspirations, I always tell people were Dangerfield and Pryor. Um, Pryor was that honest, brutally honest. I'm gonna tell you and give it to you straight. The shit that no one really wants to say or hear or think that people are supposed to talk about. I'm gonna tell you how I did coke the other day and then set my shit on fire. Right, like I did a free base and then I woke up in an alley somewhere. Like he was going to tell you the truth, whether you wanted to hear it or not, because it was funny to him. And so there was a time period, between those 70s and 80s where those guys were just in 60s, 70s, 80s, where they were just raw. They said whatever they thought needed to be said, and there was no, you know, oh, do I need to say sorry for it? Or do I need to be forgiven for it? Like, Carlin wasn't saying sorry to anybody. Candace and good luck. Like, right, no one's saying sorry. So, that group for me was very inspirational in that side of comedy. Uh, and then Dangerfield was for me one of the earliest that I studied just because of how particular he was. He was so to the T. People don't understand. Like, I keep a stopwatch because he used to say, "Hey, if I'm doing a 5 minute show, I'm done in 5 minutes." And he talked about doing his 65-minute show, and when the clock hit 65 minutes on the dot, he was done. Like, he was just so on point and so precise. And it made me learn that it's a craft. It's more than just kind of getting up there riffing or going with, like, you can really choreograph what's going on down to a T, and that's what he was really known for. And then today, Dave Chappelle is by far the guy for me. Chappelle's show while I was in college. I mean, you couldn't go out. You couldn't if you didn't watch on Tuesday and show up on Wednesday morning at the student union and know every line from the night before. You were behind. Right? You had to know every sketch, or you didn't. You were left behind. He was that influential. And then his stand-ups are just, it's like watching art. I know he's a wordsmith. He could do a show and just go up and ask the crowd to throw random things to him, and he could sit there for an hour and crush it. And that's a rare, rare thing to do.
Awesome, awesome. And who would you like to see yourself working with down the road?
Man, I mean, if there was a way in the world to pull a movie together where it is Eddie, Dave, myself, in somehow, way, shape, or form, I, you could pull Dangerfield back. That would be my ultimate movie. I, like, if we could be 321 Jump Street cops and Dangerfield is the riled up, angry lieutenant. That would be my movie right there. Let me play Danny DeVito. Dave and Eddie obviously are stars. Just let me be DeVito in the back seat. You know.
Awesome, awesome. Um, one thing that I really liked about the stand-up special I definitely related to was because I happen to be Jewish, and
Oh my god.
one thing I have to agree with you on is stereotypes are so true.
Oh
Um,
my
they they are so true. I have a cousin who owns a deli. I have um, my grandfather was a doctor. Um,
god.
it's true.
Oh my god, that's so great. I've been so that was one of my I that was probably one of the third or fourth jokes that I like got when I first started telling jokes, and I wasn't sure about it, and then literally like a month into using it, like any of my friends out here that were Jewish, they were like, "Oh no, that's hilarious," because they were like, "No," they're like, "We all went to Jewish camp." They're like, "Yeah," they're like, "That was just a normal thing you did every summer," and I was like, "Really? Like, okay, this isn't a one-off." They're like, "Oh no, we went to it." They're like, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Just and I was like, the fact that they always loved it, I was like, "All right, well, as long as you guys love it, I don't get me."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I personally wasn't one that like loved going to it. I did it like briefly, and it wasn't really like for me. But
Right.
like I have friends, and I know like my mom went to the whole Jewish camp. My dad went to Jewish camp. My dad's an actual New Yorker, so he's like a full
Oh,
on.
Jesus. That's
Yeah, yeah, the real
Jewish
deal.
English, New York Jewish, which is, if I did live in New York in 2010. I tell you, that's really what triggered my. I still didn't get on stage until after I'd moved to New York, met the people in New York, and how, whew, you talk about brutally honest people. That's when, yeah, man. And I was like, you know what? If these people act like this just in public and on the street and in the subways, I should be able to get on stage and talk without a worry. Like it really, that city changed me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I haven't been there in a little bit, but I when I was younger, I used to go there all the time to visit my family there and everything. Um, but yeah, yeah, New Yorkers tell it how it is. My dad is brutally honest, and unapologetic.
Oh yeah. I mean, see, once again, stereotypes. There's no stereotype harder than New York Jewish. I mean, I don't know if anyone out there knows that, but
Right.
if you want honesty, they're gonna tell you, yeah, you really suck. Listen, what do you want me to say? Like,
Exactly, exactly. But they're also some of the nicest heartfelt community felt people, and very supportive of everything going on and all that.
I told people it was what really threw me off, like what was the real kicker for me was, the streets are busy, hustling and bustling. People were, bumping shoulders, bumping into people, not paying attention. And this is really before people were like, really had their heads into their cell phones like they do today. Um, they were, hey, screw you, watch where you're going. All right, whatever, have a good day. You too. Like it wasn't malicious, It was like, hey, f off, watch where you're going. All right, have a good day. And it like how many times a day I would hear that,
Right,
and like you said, it's like you said, they're just genuine people. They're not mad. Hey, just watch out where you're fucking going next time. All right, cool, no problem. Have a good day. You too. All right.
yeah, it's like it's a whole mindset that like the I don't think unless like you've actually been there and lived there and like experienced it, or at least have like family members there, or something along those lines. It's like it's a whole nother mindset and kind of world over there.
I mean, look, I used to walk down the street, go shopping, grab my slice of pizza, and I was a huge Rounders fan back in the day. Chris Moneymaker days and poker, and so I was on that bandwagon as I was in college those days. So I'm 24 in New York. I'm popping into apartments, and they have the games going with. It's just a different world. It's exactly what you see in the movies. It's exactly what you think it is. Like pound for pound, anything that you think is happening. From the underground bars to people pulling it. It's all there.
Awesome, awesome. Um, Another thing I really liked about the stand-up special was was your comment about uh, uh, you know uh, being somewhat of a pothead.
Oh, that's look. I, when I grew up, I grew up in, like I said, tiny town Texas. My mom was extremely strict. We did nothing in my house. And then I played sports as well. So once I got into college, we're drug tested in the Big 12. I don't get to really do anything, and I didn't really break any rules then either. But the moment I moved to California and they said it was legal, I said it was fair game, right? So I was like, once they said it was fair game, I was like, hey, listen, Mom, I'm not breaking any laws where I'm at. And that's all that I was like, back home, I get it, fine, it's not okay. But out here, I am 100% in the clear. Let's give it a go. So from time to time, I've slowed down now. I mean, when I first got out here, you're 23, you're young, and it's just like, oh my God, you're a kid in a candy store for the first time. Which is funny you say that though, because honestly, you caught me off guard. I was like, oh, I got another minute, and right as I saw the call coming in, I definitely was blowing out a cloud.
Well, between you and me and my listeners, the bowl got a little smoky this morning.
I mean, that's the whew, that's the fun part of this. The world. I love that things are becoming more studied more, becoming kind of more medically studied. People are getting that knowledge of, for me, I studied chemistry in college, and one of the things I enjoyed studying was I studied a lot about pod marijuana before I ever actually started smoking because I want to know what's going in me. And once I understood, chemical complexes, people are figuring it out. It's a lot better for you, and than a lot of other things that people take it over. I'll take a few hits of herb before I take a Tylenol any day.
I'm definitely the same way. I mean, I actually I'm not a big drinker. I actually don't drink at all. Um,
I'm in the same boat.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like all I really need is a little 420 action, and I'm good to go.
Exactly. It's listen. I call myself a cheap date. I'm like, look, I one rip or a nice J. I'm good to go. I mean, I don't need all the wild party stuff. This is all I need.
Right, right. It makes music better, movies, comedy. You know,
Every,
I think it's just
everything is better.
yeah, 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 exactly.
My to that point, my favorite experience ever since my family, of course, didn't know it. I was hiding when I would first come home. But I remember my first Thanksgiving going back home, and I had snuck a little bit back with me, and I walked out to the car during Thanksgiving dinner, and I was so excited. It was the first time that I was going to get high and eat Mama Dorothy's sweet potato pie. Oh, I was so excited, man. You should the look on my face, like they probably had no clue what was going on, but they just had no clue that my favorite like childhood dessert was now getting 10 times more delicious.
That's another thing I really related to about your stand-up special. I have well, I'm lucky to have both my grandmothers still alive. Unfortunately, both my grandfathers passed, but um,
Well, I
my
understand.
yeah, it's okay. It's been a long time, but my grandmothers are both still alive, and um, one of them lives in New York, and the other lives here in Pittsburgh. And the one that lives here in Pittsburgh, she is 86 years old. She lives in a little apartment with a little oven, and oh my God, does she put that thing to use?
Right? All day, every day.
All day, every day. That woman lives to cook, and I think the only thing that's really keeping her going is cooking and the fact that none of us have given her a grandchild yet.
That will definitely do it.
Right, right. But
It, you're giving me the image of grandma's boy
yeah,
when
exactly,
he goes to live with
exactly.
his grandma. And I told a friend recently we were watching that. I said that is pretty much every grandmother that I know where I'm from. A place like you said, the Pittsburgh, like because in those places, that's it. That I mean, all day long, if you go in that refrigerator, there's some pie, there's some cake, there's some cornbread, there's some steak and gravy. You're like, why do you have all of this delicious food just here all the time?
My grandma has like sometimes she'll like make it a mission to go find like the perfect donut.
Just
She
yeah.
loves her sweets. Like every time I go over there's like a candy bar. There's chocolate. She has stuff in the freezer. I'm always leaving with bags of something.
Yeah, You never can leave either of my grandmother's house without a plate. Nobody. People come in all day long. Like I think that you're right. That's all they live. Like people stop by Mama Dorothy's house all day long, just walking in and out with plates. I was
It's
like, well, at what point? And they don't eat. It's not for charging. It's just that's their sign of love.
right, exactly. And my grandma, she wanted to do something nice for the grandkids to kind of remember her by when she finally does go, and she like actually took the time to like handwrite uh, all her like famous recipes and put it in like
Oh,
a little cookbook,
oh,
and she had it like laminated, and like a copy for like all the grandkids. It was like the most like adorable thing ever.
that is amazing, and that is something that needs to be done because a lot of these recipes don't need to go and disappear, and they will. And
Right.
that food is too delicious and seasoned too well to disappear.
I definitely agree. My mom, she cooks, but she's not like a cooking master like grandma. And I dabble in cooking. I have some stuff that I'm good at, but I'm nowhere near the master that my grandma is. So if we can somehow pass down the recipes, that's an awesome thing.
Listen, I mean, you already got me thinking. I'm like, I might have to just go in back because, like I said, one grandma is my master barbecuer, and the other one that does everything else. So I mean, I'm at this point thinking I
Yeah.
need to go get some recipes laminated because I mean, and it's no knock on my mom. Mom, don't be sad. She's literally, I mean, she's 85%. She's almost, but Mom Dorothy has that edge. She just whatever it is with her plethora of knowledge that's just more. It's 25 years more. So it's and there's no way. And I, like you said about yourself, I can do a little bit. I was in the kitchen. I watched. I can do like two to three of their dishes. I can't do anything else though.
Do it, do it where I still can. Savor the recipes, pass them down. That's like the an awesome thing to have happen. I recommend it to all my listeners. If you have grandmas that are awesome cooks, get the recipes laminated.
Man. And then, honestly, I will say the first recipe I did steal because it was my nostalgia piece out here, and I one of the starving artists back in your early days. I couldn't get back home for one of the first Thanksgivings, so I asked for the sweet potato pie recipe, and I have that thing in like 8 or 9 places, and I was like, because that's the one thing I can't. I was like, I forever I need to taste that. Like that's home for me. If I have that taste, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm good.
I think my grandma's specialty pie is she'll do a peach and an apple.
Ooh. Does
The
she go with the big crust?
Oh yeah, her crust.
Oh,
It's all from scratch.
and I mean, people don't understand how delicious that is. Oh,
My mom has like a great idea for the Food Network, and they really should catch on to this idea. It would be a major hit show. They kind of already have it with their kids, but like you know how they have like the cook-off challenges, and now they have it with like the little kids. It's like I guess like
yeah.
Top Chef or whatever. They need to have it with grandmas.
Oh my God. Oh. First of all, how's nobody done this? A show with just a whole bunch of grandmas and big mamas cooking off. Oh, by the way, you got to turn the clock off though. You just got to turn that damn clock and let them actually cook.
Right.
Oh, some of them, they're gonna want to bring in their oven because they don't want all the, that the taste and the seasoning in their pots and pans is different. They're like, nah, baby, I've been cooking in this cast iron skillet for 55 years. And by the way, it's
Exactly.
true. It's true because when grandma fries a steak up out of that certain skillet, it tastes different than another steak.
Right, right. It's like my grandma has actually been trying to get my mom to throw out this pan, this like baking sheet pan, and we keep saying to her, no, no, you know, like we know it's dirty, you know, we know it has
Yeah,
stains on it, but it's a good pan, and that's like the main cooking pan we use,
right.
so it's like to like it's like what movie was that? Meet the Fuckers.
Yeah,
When Dustin Hoffman is cooking breakfast for uh, uh, the Robert De Niro and their family, he says like a line. The Robert De Niro's wife says something to him about like the meal tastes like exceptionally good, and he says that's because I've been cooking it on the same skillet, for years, and I never clean it.
exactly. And people are saying, man, it really does those old school cast iron skillets. There's like, or just whatever, that skillet with the taste built in. There's nothing like it.
Right, right. It's definitely the built-in flavor. Um,
Like my mom used to make these amazing pork chops, and so first thing I get out here, I go get pork chops. And I've watched her for years do this, and I'm like, okay, great. Throw it on my pan out here, make them the exact same way. Tastes horrible. I'm like, what's different? My mom's like, you don't have that. You don't have that caked up grease built in on the pan. You got to it creates a little bit of a gravy on the meat that tastes different. I like it, and I was like, wow, actually, that's right. It looks different when you cook it on that pan.
and I think it's the same thing with pizza. You get like a good pizza shop that's been open for a while, and they've been cooking, like pizza after pizza in the same oven for you know, like over a
Yes,
decade. Um,
yes.
that is like that is prime pizza right there. I mean,
Yeah.
here in Pittsburgh, we have a few good pizza shops, and
Oh,
the one that's closest to me, if you ever are in Pittsburgh, this is the pizza place you should eat at. It's
I'm
called
right.
it's called Minio's, and the place has been open for over 50 years and in the same spot. And it's
Ooh,
in an
ooh.
area called Squirrel Hill. They also have a newer one that's not so new anymore, but it's newish. Uh, and that's in an area called Mount Lebanon here in Pittsburgh. But the
Oh no,
original,
I'm gonna go to the original, man. I
yeah,
listen.
yeah, the
It's like 50
original
years
is
in the
is
same
Squirrel
spot.
Hill, and the cheese on this pizza is like a heart attack waiting to happen of awesomeness.
Listen, there's something I tell people about life, man. I tell people there's two things in life that I'm really serious about: beds and food. Because every day you're gonna eat, and every day you're going to sleep. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really care about too much. So So when you have a delicacy like that, you take it in. I do. This is what life experience is about. I want to taste that pizza now. You know what I'm saying?
It's really really good, and I also believe that they ship frozen pizzas out for
Oh,
for like Super Bowl.
hold on.
Yeah.
See, look, you might have got them a new customer.
Make sure to mention to them that you heard about it on the
Exactly.
Fishbowl podcast.
Exactly. Got it all the way out there. I was like, this is where it came from.
It's really really good, and like I can get like a little adventurous with my pizza. I don't do anchovies,
No, no.
but I will kind of adventure with pineapple sometimes, and like I don't do it too much because it had like the pizza has to be like really good pizza.
I
Um,
was gonna
but
say,
Minios with like they're greasy, like thick,
it's
heavy duty cheese with like the pineapple. It's like
the
it
sweet savory.
yeah,
That's a good sweet savory with the
exactly.
cheese. Ooh, you just making my heart warm. I mean, I was gonna go get pizza after this, but now it feels like it's just gonna be shame. Is the place I was gonna go. You're like, you know what? I might just go for sushi now.
I'm a big fan of sushi also. The thing that I really like now is poke.
Oh, there's so many of those places popping up out here, and I've gone a few times, but I'm just such a sushi snob. And by the way, if you're ever out here, there's a place called Sugarfish, hands down, just the best fish in town. It's the freshest. It's done every day. The master sushi chef there, Mr. Nozawa, and his sons have done an amazing job. They branched out a little bit around town, but it is the place to be, and not mid-range price. It's not the cheapest place in town, but it's definitely worth it.
Awesome. I actually might be taking a trip out to California before the end of the year. Um, I actually I went to school for screenwriting, and I've had
Nice.
a few scripts make it as like finalists and quarterfinalists and accomplishments like that. And
Nice.
I have a script that made as a quarterfinalist in Shriek Fest horror film festival. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so whenever they email me the official dates of whenever it's supposed to happen, because I know California is a little behind with
Yeah.
reopening
Yeah.
everything, but once I get the final dates, I'm out there.
Yes. Oh, definitely let me know, man. It'd be definitely fun to go grab some sushi.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Are you on? Well, we follow each other on Instagram now, and I'm not sure if you're on Facebook, but I'd love to friend request you and share anything you got going on.
Yes, indeed. And congrats on that. That's awesome and fun. Yeah, California is a bit behind the ball. I was chatting with a station yesterday, and they're asking how shows were going. I was like, actually, I performed for the first time in a year 2 weeks ago, and that was just for friends and family. Uh, I was like, I actually haven't been able to perform because, I mean, in this area, really everything is closed, and doing these weird kind of outdoor shows is not. It's like I'm not. It's weird.
Right, right.
They have masks on. The crowd's all spread out. I was like, this isn't what comedy is. The whole idea is energy and feeding off people.
Exactly, exactly. Here in Pittsburgh, they're a little bit moving a little faster. So some restaurants are allowed open to dine. Some are choosing not to until like everything's back to normal. Um,
Right.
but I did see here in Pittsburgh some like Comic Con conventions are starting to maybe happen. I'm hoping that they don't get canceled again. But
Yeah.
uh, some stuff it's starting to happen. So I feel like once the vaccines and all that kind of get out and whatnot, a little more distributed, hopefully we can be back to normal by before the end of the year.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I mean, at least y'all haven't gone full Texas, and I mean, I love my home state, man, but whew, you
Right.
know, you can open some. I wouldn't open that hard. I like where you guys are in that sense of like, some of us are open and some of us are waiting. I'm sure people are still wearing some mask here and there. Or, there it's like, nah, screw it, guns blazing, let's roll. Like, God, I get it, you love you to death, but slow down.
Right.
Like, it'd be one thing if everyone that just stayed there, but y'all leave and want to go other places.
Right. Hopefully we can kick the curve with this because I'm sick of it. You know, I
You know,
want
I
to. I think we all are. I want to go out and like do stuff. I want to. I had tickets to go see Rage Against the Machine, and first it got pushed back to like August of this year. Now I just got an email saying that it's pushed back to 2022. Um,
Jeez.
so I'm like, am I ever going to get to see this band? But hopefully things can start to get back in the swing of things.
It's like if I say the word vaccine, my internet cuts off. I'll just call it the shot. How?
Yeah.
So I was going to say I was wrapping my head around taking one of the shots, and then one of those shots happened to, suddenly, like literally the day I was like, all right, let's go do this. Let's go see if I can find this one. Of course, they're like, actually, we're gonna pause. I was like, son of a. See, this is why black people were scared in the first place. Now, as soon as we get there, I was like, see, you see. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna
Oh, I think I lost you again.
go.
All right. Can you hear me
Apparently,
okay?
yes, indeed.
Okay.
Apparently,
Um,
I'm not allowed to talk about any vaccine.
well, I was actually going to say I have someone at 3 o'clock um,
Okay.
that I also booked.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
yeah, really Clint your publicist has been putting me in touch with some people for screeners and stuff. So I
Nice.
definitely have to give a shout out to him and thanking him for letting me book you guys and everything. Um,
No, it's awesome, and Brad, it's awesome because getting this outreach, new areas, right? Getting out to Pittsburgh, and then making those new connections, man. Because it's awesome to know that you're heading out here.
Definitely, absolutely. I have two closer questions for you,
Yes, indeed.
and that is the first is what are some of your favorite films, and the second is if you have any other upcoming projects to promote.
Who favorite films? When anytime I think of favorite films, there's one that ultimately comes to mind. To me, there's nothing, nothing above Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and it to me is the funniest film just of all. I don't. Maybe it was the era, maybe it was the time, but watching Jim Carrey open up that scene where he's kicking that box down the street and it's closing inside the elevator door and he kicks it down that hallway and then it reads fragile do not I watched that scene 100 times as a kid so for me Ace Ventura 1 and 2 uh, are extremely high on my list that definitely lets you know how childish I am. um, really, Coming to America is probably second on that list. Uh, Look, sadly, sadly enough, Harlem Nights is third for me. Uh, and then fourth would honestly be Castaway, which I think those people they're like, wait, what? Castaway? I was like, listen, Tom Hanks is a different animal, all right? Something about him and his relationship with Wilson are just something that's classic to me. And then as far as upcoming projects, honestly, I plan to just be on the road right now, finishing up promoting Farm to TV, and then my next plan is as 2021 opens back up, start going after to be titled possibly Farmed and Dangerous. So that would be the next project, at least for me.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I do have to say Ace Ventura 1 and 2 are up there with like my top favorite comedies, definitely from the 90s. And Jim Carrey is, I'll watch anything with him.
Anything,
Um,
anything.
anything. And I think my favorite comedic performance with him, though, has to be the Cable Guy.
Oh God. So it's funny. You said me and my little brother had this discussion over the weekend about Jim Carrey, and he was like, same almost thing. And for me, I told him it was liar, liar, and he was like, why? I was like, because for me, he was how fast he was switching in and out of characters, and he was just so over the top. I was like, I couldn't stop. I can't stop watching it. Like,
Awesome, awesome. Well, Preston, we are just about out of time. It has been a pleasure talking with you and having you on my show. I would love to meet up with you whenever I do make it out there. Hopefully, I'll get a finalization date here pretty soon.
yes.
And just thank you for taking the time to swim in the bowl with me.
Hey, no, Sam, thank you guys, and thank you for letting me swim in the boat, man. It's been an awesome experience.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad the temperature was just right.
Yes,
Awesome.
indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, indeed. Have a good one. Hey, have another good interview.
Thank you. Thank you. Great talking with you. Bye.